Path of Night, War of Ages is an actual play Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages podcast set in the world of darkness. We're all friends, we're here to have fun, but our story can include graphic violence, drug use, sexual content, and other mature themes. Content warnings can be found in the show notes. We've talked at our table about safety, comfort, and consent both as players and storytellers. We know what to expect, we're all excited to be here, and we want you to feel the same. So listener discretion is advised. And so continues the War of Ages.
Last time on War of Ages. Zorion's men and distraught villagers informed the Coterie of a forest creature stealing away the local children. The Coterie navigated the woods, disagreeing along the way about how to best handle the journey's difficulties. There, they met a regal yet corrupted fae. You walk a few dozen yards in and come to what seems like this small clearing in the forest. And amidst this ring of trees, you can see a group of children huddled and sleeping, like a little puppy pile of dirt-covered kids, and sort of nervously keeping by them and tending to them is a woman with tattered, simple clothes, dark kind of chocolate brown hair, bronze skin, dark eyes. And she looks alarmed to see other people and confused. With a wave of the hand, this creature gestures towards her, and she falls asleep. The humans are as parasites, draining not merely the land, but the world of its magic. And it is fading and dying. And you have come to see to their peace. But what of mine? What of my world? Ours, he turns and looks to Viantu. The nights draw near, where we cannot exist. Not I, not him. He looks to the horse.
What do you intend to do with these children?
They are a gift.
To whom?
The power of the Carpathian. Kupala.
Do you think that will bring the magic back that
Yes.
humans have stolen?
Of course.
Even as it's twisting you and the woods around you?
They go fat on what they have taken from us. So bleed them dry and return it to the land.
The land is not... May I have a name to call you by?
I am Zorion of the Firstborn. Zemu.
You can call me Saev. The world is hard. The world hurts. And the world is changing. My understanding, from those who have lived here longer than me, and please explain to me if I'm getting it wrong, because this is your home and not mine. The power of the Carpathians is changing. It is taken. It is twisting things. And I'm not sure that feeding these mortal children to that force is going to give you back the magic of the forest.
Lex, can I make an occult check? It seems to me that the idea of this exchange is flawed, magically speaking. If this being has lost its power and blames humans for that loss and intends to give them to Kupala, and Kupala has the means to restore that, really Kupala is the one at fault for this loss.
Go ahead and roll Intelligence Occult, difficulty 7 for your theory, and I will explain.
Would my deductive spec apply?
No. Yes.
2 successes.
The spirit, whatever you want to make of it, is sort of in a little bit of an odd catch-22, because the advent of humans is destroying magic in the world. Magic is fading from the world. That is a thing that has been pondered by many scholars.
Even amongst human practitioners?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, interestingly enough, you are considering Kupala and the Carpathian Mountains as a separate entity, and it does not. And perhaps Kupala is not an invader, but this thing that was always here, a sort of nightmare at the top of the food chain. So if magic is to prevail, there needs to be less humans and a lot more fear of the woods. And if there's anyone that can give that, it's Kupala.
Zorion kind of moves forward on the side of Saev and just kind of raises a hand.
She looks to him.
May I speak with this creature?
Providing you're not going to be a gobshite to him.
You may address me as Zorion. He looks over at the Firstborn. Who made you lord of this land?
For as long as these lands have existed, I have been its lord. And my court, he kind of looks around him, though they have faded to the machinations of humans. So long as I am Lord, they may yet be again.
So these lands, the woods, as long as they have grown on the back of these mountains, you have been Lord here.
Yes. Born from mists I am.
Does that not also make you a sort of parasite growing on the back of this mountain range?
A stupid question, but I will humor it, as you are my guest. No. Nature is not necessarily a parasitic existence, but I can see how that might be confusing for a creature such as yourself.
And how is that different from the humans that are here?
The humans exist without harmony. They rend and break the world around them for the sake of their own comfort. They breed and breed and breed and cut and chop and burn. They are unlike the rest of us. They are a blight. The Ontu snorts at that, unclear whether or not that's because he agrees or disagrees.
I just want to know, can I roll empathy?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have no reason, I'm just curious. What is this, empathy?
Well, your animal can I?
What is it based on?
Give me a perception animal, Ken.
Uncanny instinct, does it apply?
Sure.
Nothing. As it should be.
The steed keeps his cards close to chest.
Well then, let us cut to it. You are the Lord of these woods. You are in the presence of the Lord of the Pass. And once again, he motions to Catrinel.
Is that so?
But you can keep speaking with me. Because as Zorion said earlier, I am in the lead for this.
He looks to the side, nods, and steps back.
Catrinel simply, with a rueful look at Zorion that she does make some effort to conceal.
He gives you a wolfish smile back that he does not bother to conceal whatsoever.
She slides her gaze over to the Zimu, connects eyes, and just nods when it's indicated that Saev will be speaking for the group.
The magic's disappearing from my land too. And I couldn't help save it. I would like to try and save the magic here. But your woods would not be safe if this is the method you're going to use.
You imply...
Whatever I say will not hold against the anger of dozens of angry parents, with fire and the advantage of being able to walk in the daylight. Things destroy what they're afraid of. So they have to choose to not be afraid of it and to see the worthiness of it, of keeping it as it is.
You fear the mortals.
I've seen what the mortals do to their own.
Have you seen what Kupala can do? When he says that, a few inches of his flesh become overgrown with those scales.
Catrinel watches this change, like, in that sort of tilted head sideways way of her eyes just slide right to it, and you can't look away, like you're watching a little piece of, like when paint is peeling back from something and you can kind of see it's gotten to the end of the process, it starts just dripping away from the wall.
The baleful green eye shines just a little brighter, and he speaks again. You, Saev, if carnage and death were the only thing, the only choice that stood between your salvation and extinction, what could you choose?
I don't think that's ever the only choice.
I will not choose mercy for my destroyers.
I'm asking you to choose mercy for your woods, for your forest,
To abide their presence dooms those woods. And you know it. I can see it in you even now. You, so many of you, are all too familiar with the cruelties of humanity. You know I am right. You know that there can be no peace. That tranquility is dead so long as they live.
As it stands now, I don't think we're out of options for that.
It is the nature of humans. And if I do not accept that, if I pretend that the world is what you would make it, then my people are gone. And where's justice then? What of my children? Who mourns them?
Well, I do, for one.
Show me. Show me that the loss of my people will not be allowed. And that if those humans responsible must die, so be it.
What crime was committed against you and yours?
They are undone. In all of these woods, I am the last.
What was it that undid you? That undid them?
Humans.
Just their presence here.
It is their nature to undo what is us. I have seen what the future holds. We are not there. And if I take a step back and show a moment of mercy for them, I become one of those very reasons we are not in that future.
Believe it or not, I understand that too.
It is one thing to say it. He sort of turns and fades away, and the group of you are standing at the edge of the creek, just where you were before you entered.
And what about the children?
They are not with you.
Can this being be bargained with?
That was his bargain.
It intends to make them a gift. What if we replace it with a better gift?
Such as?
Such as human lives we can spare.
Sadhbh has a look on her face like she wants to take the moral stance of we don't bargain with people's lives, but she understands that there is a pile of children versus perhaps a group of criminals.
Zorion sees this quandary she's going through. The children are our responsibility to protect.
So are the criminals.
They are not. Those outside the law, outlaws, have chosen their path. Those that live within our domain are our responsibility by the very definition. Outlaws are those that we can pay this thing with. And if it accepts, paying it may be another day.
Soren!
What? This figure kind of steps out from behind a tree, leaning against him, across the creek.
Will you take different lives instead of the children?
Have you come to bargain?
I've come to find an accord. A way that we can both survive into the later nights.
Where are these lives?
There are outlaws everywhere.
Do you mean to imply they are without value?
No,
Or that you do not have them?
that we don't have them currently.
bring me that which you would offer, and then I will hear your bargain. And he slinks away behind the tree and fades away.
You have some learning to do about how to negotiate.
Probably.
You gave away information about what we have to him for nothing.
It's around now that you actually hear footfalls behind you, and a trio of men approach.
The sacrifice would empower Kupala.
He is touched by the corruption.
And what sacrifice are you entailing?
Either.
We shouldn't speak more in his woods.
Agreed.
When Ambrose hears that, there's like a half step back and looks around. Are we in his woods now?
Yes. You have been since you set foot.
Zorion nods like she's telling the truth.
He puts the hand on the hilt of his sword.
Catrinel rolls her eyes like he's telling the truth.
What would you have us do?
Alexios looks back. And did you have any problems following us?
We saw something strange, but that's about it. A sort of scaled lizard thing. Truly hideous. Diego nods at that. Tendrils around its maw.
Catrinel furrows her brows. Does this sound like something familiar in any aspect?
It super does not.
All right.
We saw no such creature.
I do wonder if what they're holding is preventing the Lord there from moving the trees as much.
I was as well. We should go.
Without the children.
No,
Do we have the outlaws?
I don't want to make that bargain.
it
I
will
won't-
not stop it.
I want to get out of the woods before I start speaking another word, since I already got chastised once for giving information away.
I think it is probably wise of you to leave.
And he kind of looks at everybody, except the other knights.
I think this is not a mission for one person.
I agree.
This is not a mission for a group of knights, either.
On that we disagree.
What a surprise.
I cannot leave innocence, even at the cost of my own life.
I cannot speak on my intent while he can hear the plan. But does any part of me seem like someone who seems intent on leaving children?
I understand. I do. Unfortunately, for me to take one step backwards without them would be to tempt the beast. Which is why I think you should. And I will give you time and wait while you and Zorion consider your options.
Ambrose speaks up. We should keep watch of the area. A few nights, just to make sure nothing comes out looking for more children. And in the meantime, you search for a solution.
Roland nods.
Fine.
Is it just the 3 knights, or do they have people with them as well?
It's just the 3 nights.
Gotcha. You will keep vigil. Do not attack the woods.
We will not fail you, my lord.
Not even in small ways. Not fires. Not breaking off sticks that are in your way.
There are children asleep somewhere here. Fire and smoke will make sure they do not leave as much as the will of a corrupted fae.
And then we will be unobtrusive.
God watch over you on your vigil, my friends.
God bless you on your journeys as well. We will see you soon.
Roland looks at the 3 of them. Have you with you shelter from the sun?
What sort of means?
He looks over at Saif and at Alexios.
These woods and its master confound the trails. I fear that if they are left alone, they will be devoured and we will never find their bones, nor this place again. Violentiu will always find his way to me, whether it is his nature or simply stubbornness. If I stay with them, to help protect them, and they protect me from the sun, Violentiu can lead you out and lead you to us again. Do you agree to this? That way, I will trust in all of you to find a solution for these children. And I will not be researching my duties to protect them.
That's fine.
Roland hops off the horse.
The steed, seemingly understanding what has been said, takes steps towards Saif.
She kind of eyeballs the horse because they haven't had the greatest relationship, but they seem to be working towards similar goals at the moment, and slips him just a quick, okay, I'll give you a nose rub because you're a good boy.
We may not always agree,
He says, both to Saif and the horse.
but we are not at cross purposes here.
And he walks over and sort of pets down Violentiu and sort of takes some of his stuff off of the saddlebags.
Trust in each other, no? You will find me again, and we will live to see another night, as will these children.
All right.
Give me a few minutes. I need to check a few things.
D'accord.
Be well, Roland.
I'm going to move not too far away from the group, but a little bit out of the way. And I would like to utilize my first level spirit magic.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, boy.
Well, this is new.
Out of sight. I spend a blood point. I making some hand gestures and speaking in Coptic. And I peer into the spirit world in the area.
You gaze into the world of spirits, and immediately you can see that the land is corrupted and twisted by some sort of awful presence, and sort of moving and lurking just at the very edge of your peripheral view. You can see these creatures that are more lizard and cephalopod than anything else found in the natural world. And these things seem to stalk the land, drawing power from the earth. And across the creek, though it is in real time, you can see that it is fading, is a holy place. A place that among mummies and the Amenti might be referred to as an oasis, a wellspring of Earth's life energies. But it is growing sick and confused and twisted.
And the cephalopods are probably part of that problem?
Probably. Where these things go, these evil spirits, this corruption goes with them.
Does this sound like the thing that the three men talked about?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Could I now, utilizing this site, possibly find my way back here?
Yes. Yeah, you can actually see the flow of the ley lines that kind of reach through the area.
All right. I will dismiss and come back.
What feels like ages pass. The group of you travel through this forest on your way back to your new home. The trees bend. Nothing looks the same. You find yourselves wandering in circles on more than one occasion. But eventually, you return. You see the cliffside, the bones of the tower waiting for you. And after such a strange encounter, you find the opportunity to regroup and strategize.
There's still a bit of water dripping from Catrinel's hair. She must have splashed herself in the face, not in that way to wake up your blood vessels, but maybe just to cool down a temper. She's placed herself by what looks like the burned remains of a gathering place. open to the sky, but her posture is tight, tense, perhaps a bit impatient.
Zorion has a lot of his things still set up in his road tents that have now been forming kind of the base camp for where much of his possessions and men are actually staying, being that the tower really is not super habitable yet. He's come from the tent where all of his trunks and boxes have set up that contain his vast library that he has brought with him. He has a few books under his arm and is flipping through one, and he looks very frustrated because he doesn't seem to be able to find anything that actually helps in this scenario relating to a fae or a glade or anything that they witnessed while going through the forest.
Sadhbh is still very lost in thought. Not in the way that she often is, where she's just trying to keep herself together. This is thoughtful, concocting a plan. And she walks with Viantu, and she seems to be murmuring to him, almost talking her plan out loud to him to see if it makes sense.
All right. Does anyone come up with anything? We are now far away from the forest.
All right, I do have an idea. It does not involve giving blood to Kapala, just to be very clear about that.
Good.
It doesn't involve giving children to the Lord of the Forest, either. It doesn't involve giving criminals to the Lord of the Forest.
Please speak.
The forest is sick. He's the Lord of the Forest, so it tracks that he's sick, too. I cure what's sick. I just have to be able to get my hands on him.
In what capacity?
Literal.
If this Lord of the Forest, this Soren, this fae, if they were healthy, would that change anything of the problem we are facing with it?
I don't fully know his tie to the land. I know, based on what I've seen, this forest is sick and he's sick, and they seem to be at relatively the same rate of infection.
And who's to say that, should you manage to heal him, he won't just want to give more to Kupala to protect his future?
Because Kupala won't be the one who just protected him. And when people are sick, they make desperate choices.
It strikes me that the fae might steal children regardless of an illness of the mind or spirit.
But he hasn't till now.
I do not know whether we can say he has or hasn't. We could ask the villagers how long this has persisted.
I don't want to leave Roland out in the woods for more than a night. Or more than a day.
Agreed.
And I don't think we are burdened with an abundance of time to get anything done this day.
We should perhaps discuss a few things that we wish to gain from the situation as a group, and a few things we are unwilling to sacrifice. It is my hope that Roland was speaking simply out of a misguided attempt to intimidate any spirits in the woods, but we will not be burning any of the forest in this land.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Were you expecting resistance to that?
No, I am just putting it down. I think I understand the reasons why you agree with me, Sadhbh, but to be clear, this is the only thing this place has of value besides a travel route. If we are to make this our home, this must be protected at all costs. As part of that, a fae creature who considers it their domain is a threat to us regardless of what horror they commit upon the people that live here. To be honest, I believe that protecting the people who live here and our interest in the forest is one and the same. If we are to rule this land, it must be our land, not some fae creature.
That's not our land. It's his.
We can disagree upon that.
Well, we were given the pass, not the forest.
Why should it be his over anyone else's?
Because he was here first.
Too bad.
What a sophisticated argument you have.
It is.
So might makes right, then.
In this case, it does.
You know more of these creatures. Is it meant to be beneficial that he has it?
Yes,
And how so?
because he'll keep it safe. Right now it's under an invading force from whatever's sickening the rest of your land.
We too are an invading force.
And
And we wish to have this land.
so we should cure it of ourselves?
The Fae was in a oasis, a place of power. He is either tied to it or it's tied to him. I am unsure. But it is also being corrupted.
Sayyiv looks relieved that there are words to put weight behind her belief.
I don't know how much it will affect the outlying forest. It may be the heart and center. But the power pools there, in a way.
Let me take a different attempt to this. This creature seems unwilling to deal with us diplomatically, and has decided to make the situation going away through the stealing of children and an attack upon the people of this land. That cannot go unanswered, and it cannot be allowed to continue.
Agreed.
I do not know how to maintain the power and sanctity of this grove, and I am willing to hear any possibility of doing so. But this creature must be dealt with either permanently or made vassal to us.
We
If it
cannot
is-
be bowing to his authority.
And he cannot be allowed to do as it pleases. At the very least, it must understand that if it wishes to remain here, untainted and in charge of this grove, it must do so in service to us. Perhaps not directly, but it must be subservient to the will of Catrinel and this coterie.
Why?
Why are you so intent on defending this creature?
Because it's his home, Zorion.
And these people have homes here too, and we are willing to protect them.
And
But
we
they
will.
but they are subservient to us, and to our rule and our law.
You are looking at him as being less than you.
I am not looking at him being less. I am looking at him being subservient.
What's the difference?
It is a subtle one, but there is a difference.
Then tell me what it is, so I understand.
Our rule and our law is final, and creatures subservient to us are subject to that law.
He will not.
That is, as far as I am concerned, the matter at hand.
And if you kill him, I don't know that the place of power will survive, and the magic will diminish from this world.
It is also unclear to me if one or the other drives them. And nature also exists in cooperation instead of subservience. They can form systems. The removal of him may remove the forest that provides us such wealth.
Sayyiv sighs in relief that someone can make the argument that she hasn't been able to find the words for.
Now, if
So-
we heal him and he is able to be dealt with diplomatically, then sure. But we also should also be prepared to do what is necessary.
On a very basic level, without getting deeply into the esoterics of the magic of this land, we are allowing an outlaw who acts as they wish on our doorstep.
He's not a person. He's an entity. He does not...
Outlaw. It is someone outside the bounds of our law.
Stop being obtuse. You
I am
like
not-
that phrase.
I am being obtuse?
Yes.
Very well, let us continue on with your argument. Why does it matter if this magic diminishes? Is that bad?
Yes.
Why?
Because the world is made less for it.
Explain that to me. I don't understand. Now I am being obtuse. Do you see the difference?
I think it's two different flavors of obtuse, truly.
I do not think he will bend to human will.
That.
And him being outlawed to our laws, if he can be made to work with us, it won't matter. He doesn't want to be a person.
There are plenty of forces that operate outside of our spheres. There's countless powers that be that we do not control. But if they are to contest us, we'll have to fight them. And that goes for him too.
Then maybe you two should stay here and let us do the negotiating.
What?
And how expect you to plan to negotiate someone that does not respect law?
Because the law of nature is different than the law of man, and he might respect the law of nature where he doesn't respect the law of man.
I do not think he respects anything about you. Or us. Or what we have built here. Or what we intend to build here.
And that's why if I heal him, there might be a gain of respect.
I feel it is better to have an ally that knows and controls the forest than to possibly destroy the forest.
Yes.
I don't.
If you give fey creatures things like this without making any kind of actual bargain, will they respect you or will they just take more?
Why do you think there would be no actual bargain?
We definitely will.
Because your attempts at bargaining earlier were laughable.
I wasn't actually bargaining with him. I was buying time for us to get out of the forest so we didn't say our plan.
That sounds like a bargain to me. You were trying to get time and you were giving him all kinds of things that he did not ask for.
Sure. Fine. I'm an idiot child. And I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm glad
Fine,
we are in
Zorion.
agreement.
This is not useful.
No, it's not. And I'm doing my best.
You guys are making your way into the tower at this point and kind of having this discussion. But shortly thereafter, one of the ladies who serves you, Catrinel, approaches and very gracefully and obediently dips her head. The carriages have arrived. I believe the one Mikavikos joins us this evening. Milady, what would you have us do?
Could you please arrange within our capabilities a comfortable place to meet?
Yes, of course. In one of the nearby villages, there is a sturdy lodge that has been erected there some time ago, but with a bit of cleaning and tending, I believe it would suffice for such a guest.
Then please, and should you need resources, they are at your disposal.
There's another dip with the head, and once dismissed, she scurries off.
Alexios, you're good at talking reason.
Sometimes.
Try.
What am I trying to reason here?
I don't think anyone necessarily disagrees that in hypothetical situations, things could be a certain way. But we need a way to proceed. Yes, I understand that it might curry some goodwill. If we were to heal him, then that results in the possibility that goodwill is not enough. And yes, I understand that he may well always be an issue. And we cannot deal with that. We're getting stuck in these debates about who truly has the right to rule.
I will give you what I think. I think that we should try to do the kindest thing first. We should try to heal him and see if we cannot barter for wood for his continued maintenance and letting us know about things that come through the forest. But if he still wishes to capture and sacrifice people, no less, then the kindness ceases to exist.
Very well, I will agree to that. And what of the children he has taken?
I hope to get those back as part of this whole deal. I hope he sees our reason in that, if nothing else, even if he does not see the value of the people. But cleansing him may not cleanse the place of power, and we should be prepared for that.
If he does not interfere with us, and then I will not mind not interfering with him. But should he choose to interfere with us, I do not intend to tolerate it.
And Saeed, do you think that we can restore these children to their families?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look at them.
Okay. The two of you seem set on this path. I will bite my tongue here and allow you to proceed. The two things that I wish most is the protection of the people of this land and the protection of the forest as a means for us to help it flourish. As long as those two things are protected, I will abide by the decision we make.
Saeed gives a nod and just walks away and starts going to dead fireplaces, looking for charcoal.
There are two things, like you said, when it comes to things that I will need from this situation. I will not accept an outside force placing false limitations on us. And I will not accept empowering Kupala.
We are agreed on Kupala. I don't understand what a false limitation is.
He clearly had no intention of ceding territory. And while that's fine, like I said, if we can simply exist, sure.
I understand. You wish to still have use of the forest.
There must be a diplomatic way for us to communicate and resolve issues into the future.
I see. You wish some sort of communication route so that instead of stealing children to get our attention, he may do something different.
If we are to respect this entity and its forest as a ally or neighbor or what have you, we must treat it as a sovereign entity. There must be communication and diplomacy.
I agree. And I also wish to state that if this corruption cannot be cleansed, then the being must be ended. I will not accept the corruption either. We will not have dealings with those things that are corrupted.
I suppose that's where I have... And as Catrinel starts talking, she's actually intentionally pitching her voice lower, which maybe is not helpful when she's talking about the person who has aspects. So, she's not taking that into account.
She hasn't gone far. She can...
Yeah. Where I may have sympathy for Saeed's tenderness in the situation. Like we discovered earlier, if there's a way to prevent anyone from being corrupted here, that's where I might have sympathy.
I agree. I hope that her way works. But I am also prepared for it to not work.
As a matter of this being a plan of action, let us not forget that we have 4 heavily armed allies in that forest. And if I know anything about my vincularos or the character of Roland, they are ready to draw steel and fight.
And we should meet with them soon, but we do have company coming, it seems.
What it means is, whatever plan of action we come up with, when we return there, we must speak with authority and combined. I realize that I have already been risen to a bit of anger and spoken out of turn. I will not do this in the forest in front of them because it will give them opportunity to act unwisely. Whatever plan of action we come up with, I want the two of you, he looks at Alexios and Saeed, to not speak of things in perhaps or maybes, but act decisively and like this is the correct course of action. It will make sure that our companions in the forest do not get any bright ideas.
The problem with that is if you act decisively and make statements about things, the Fae can play with your wording. If you keep things nebulous and ambiguous, they can't twist your words.
I understand. But do you understand what I'm saying?
No, because I'm an idiot child, Zorion.
Look, I'm trying to be diplomatic. Meet me halfway, please.
I feel like I've more than met people halfway, and I keep being just purposely misunderstood as because I refuse to raise a hand in violence. Do you know?
No, I do not. He walks out. I will deal with Micah Vikos. You deal with this.
Bitch.
Which one of us is supposed to be dealing with this? Anyways.
Catrinel looks like she wanted to have a different expression on her face. The actual expression on her face is nonplussed. And there's like a little creeping smile. Like, she almost looks like she wanted to keep it together and like say like something about the two of you connecting. Whatever it was, it's not there. It's like the like kind of instinct.
I can't grow up if people keep treating me like a child.
I mean, he was legitimately asking you a question about the situation at that point, but...
Well, maybe I'm still a bit hurt and I wanted an apology first.
I understand. There is much room for this coterie to find standing with each other still.
We haven't really learned how to speak to one another. And the language that we share for many of us is not our first. Perhaps then we need to try new strategies.
Patience, kindness, goes a long way.
I give what I get. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
There will be time yet. You've got a twofold time to get used to still.
It seems perhaps you're, in my view, used to trying to understand people. Do you feel that's correct?
No, I very much understand people. I don't feel like people understand me.
I don't know that you've got Zorion right. No, I don't know that he's got you right either. He is, in fact, being a cunt. But that doesn't mean that you are giving him what he's giving you.
He thinks himself in charge. He thinks he knows the best of all things, and he thinks that he knows more than everybody else.
Well,
And he wants to share that knowledge.
we did put him in charge.
We did.
So, there's that.
We gave him in charge of talking to people, but then when there's a situation when someone else knows more, that person's in charge.
That we did bring it back to that, but we put him in charge. And that means he needs us to know what our roles are and what things mean. Sometimes he's just asking for clarification. Sometimes he's kind of a jerk.
You can ignore him when he's being condescending. That's why I brought up the thing where you're trying to understand people. Perhaps you should more often try to misunderstand people.
Okay, don't do that.
No, just listen to his intentions, his words. He's trying to help. He's looking for a solution. He's using a tone. He's being harsh. Who cares?
I do.
Doesn't get the conversation done.
Something happens when you don't raise a hand in violence. People think they can step on you, and you're not going to say anything about it.
I don't think he would hurt you.
I don't think so either, and that's not what I mean.
I also think that you're looking for that hand sometimes when it's not there.
Probably. It's because I've been told to look for it.
Well, kindness, patience goes all around, is what I'm saying. And we'll get there. And beating this up right now isn't going to get us anywhere.
I just want to go and fix the guy and see if he's more reasonable after that, and if not, we have a plan for what happens after that. It's all I'm trying to get to, see if he's more reasonable once he's not feeling sick.
I agree.
It's admirable, genuinely, that you want to help him.
It's practical.
I just hope that you can understand why we come from where we come from with our cautions, too.
I don't. It's nature. I don't know why you're trying to put marks on nature.
I, too, value nature so highly. It's a part of my faith. It's a part of my structure, too. You say nature like it's a law,
It is.
and there's different interpretations of those laws. I believe, frankly, that most of us in this coterie have some connection to the world. I mean, gangrel, stereotypically. I don't believe it is best to assume that you're the one who cares about nature.
No, but I'm the one who'll succumb to wassail if I don't care about it enough. And if I don't follow the ways of keeping it safe.
But he started off the conversation with, let's save the trees.
And then it got off that.
And then it got off that, yes.
And I didn't fight when it was on that.
There are many perspectives to count here, and we have many responsibilities.
We're wasting time, I suppose.
We will find an attunement. It'll just take time. Just give it room.
It's frustrating.
That is very true when it comes to dealing with people.
Was easier in the woods.
Yeah, there's a lot less people to talk at you in the woods. Let's go. Let's see what we can do.
Down in the village, a lodge has been prepared to welcome the newly arrived Canaanites. Zorion, it is you that heads out to meet them, and when you arrive, you find that there are 2 carriages, multiple horses, riders, workers. A bit of wealth has been brought to this place. More than you had even seen Vikos travel with when you had last met them. Some of your men approach you, they inform you that there is a group of 7 Canaanites who have arrived. Vikos is at the head of them and seems to be the one that is representing the group, but be aware that you are walking into a room with multiple Canaanites. In light of this, a pair of men-at-arms are prepared to join you into the meeting in case they intend harm.
Zorion waves off the men. I appreciate the loyalty. If things do not turn out well here, I would imagine you would be of greater use in forming and protecting the rest of the Coterie. I would be fine without you.
Of course, my lord, but should you change your mind, we will not be far.
Excellent.
They will walk you all the way to the entrance of the lodge, but will not follow you in.
Zorion does not intend to go completely without accompaniment. And over the past few nights, he has made sure that a small shadow servant is nearby and watching. Zorion heads in.
Inside, you find a number of figures. One of them you recognize right away, and the gorgeous man easily captures your attention for the briefest moment. His blonde hair perfectly brushed, covered in jewelry and clothing that is bright and rich with dye. He seems nonplussed, quietly enjoying the interactions that are taking place among the mortal insects that populate the lodge and some of the Canaanites he has brought with him. Sort of standing at a flank with a sort of solemn expression on his face is this kind of built, muscular, knightly figure clad in black armor. Accompanying him is the figure dressed in the clothing of a friar. It seems that there's this hood that he would normally wear, a cloak that he carries with him. But in this moment, for whatever reason, the hood is lowered, and you actually notice this node upon his forehead, like a slight thin line just over his brow. Sort of sitting in the back is a trio of very feral-looking women. They're dressed in rags. They have dark brown hair and beast-like features. One has a nearly grown muzzle. They are creatures, clearly, but sit far enough and in the dark that while you can perceive it, most of the mortals simply feel uncomfortable to approach and never quite get a look at their monstrous figures. Opposite the armored man, and seated with Micah, is this figure with extremely sharp, angular features, and his skin is so pallid that it is like this light gray, and his eyes are this light gray, and the man, when he does not move, could very well be as stone. His ears come to sharp points, and as you enter the room, all of them will stand to greet you.
Zorion offers a wide smile as regards the group of 7 Canaanites and looks around the room. Are there any windows to the outside in this room?
Yes.
Zorion keeps himself throughout this interaction in a spot where he can maintain visual to that outside. Thank you all for coming to meet us here, and welcome to the Huta Pass. I am Zorion de Iruña, and I welcome you and offer you hospitality here on behalf of Lady Catrinel.
You have our thanks, Micah says, speaking for the group. As you well know, I and my compatriots have traveled from Beastries here to join you and lend support towards the endeavor you have begun to undergo, restoring civility to these lands and overseeing this pass.
It is a very generous offer. I extended this offer of hospitality simply on my measure of you, Micah Vikos. Perhaps I might know the names of your companions?
Of course. Micah gestures, and the group of them seem to arrange themselves in order of how well dressed they are, how refined they seem, how much they carry themselves with the walk and poise of a noble. It is a request of Prince Radu that you find the time and patience to allow these Canaanites to rebuild their reputations and make a name for themselves, aiding you in your endeavors here and in Balgrad. First, allow me to introduce Sir Lawrence of the Bruja. And he gestures to the man in black armor. Accompanying him and his charge is Generous of the Toreador. He kind of gives this sweet internal laugh as he kind of looks at you, clearly exchanging what he presumes you know to be a lie. Sir Lawrence is an influential leader of an organization known as the Furores, something of an upstart group and dire enemy of the venture. I believe that their presence here, while their philosophies might be less than palatable to some Canaanites, here, their thoughts, their beliefs, their motivations might find purchase.
Does Zorion know that Roland's sire's name is Sir Lawrence? I think you've mentioned it.
Yeah, Child of Lawrence. I believe in episode 1 or 2 I said.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that was it was mentioned that that Lawrence is the name of your sire.
If I haven't done it on screen, I almost definitely did in the weeks we were traveling.
Yeah, I think it is perfectly fair for you to know who Sir Lawrence is. I think Generous might be a little unusual.
You've definitely said that.
Oh, then yeah.
During her disclosure, she cited her entire lineage in the sake of honesty.
So I also know that this is in fact your sire.
Yes.
In addition, some trouble happened in the West. Slaves embraced outside of the guidance of a ruling prince. 3 of them, chosen by the Gangrel clan for whatever reason it is that the Gangrel choose their children. I present to you Violet, Apricot, and Honey, each of them named in accordance of their own choosing.
Fine epitaphs, all. It seems that there is a common thread of Gangrel making interesting choices with their children.
I promise, these are not assassins in disguise. No one gets the joke, but they laugh when Micah laughs.
And your final companion?
The final companion is the greatest gift that can be offered to any ruler in these nights. This is the great Zelios, Master Mason of the Nosferatu, who has come to see to the success of your endeavor here. Zelios bows, and he says, "Yes, I am Zelios of the Nosferatu, and I thank you for your hospitality. I have much work to accomplish here, but you have my word. It shall be satisfactory." And he kind of gives this little curt nod. It's almost strange every time he moves. It's this surreal experience because the man looks like he could be made of stone, and then he moves and is not. And then when he is done speaking and done drawing attention to himself, he becomes still, and it's as though you are looking at a statue or a piece of furniture.
The honor is ours here that we have such an esteemed architect and scholar such as yourself. Your deeds are known far and wide, Zelios.
I have come bringing the teachings of the Temple of Solomon in Egypt. There is a sickness that infects your lands. I can smell its putrescence.
Indeed, this very night we are dealing with the repercussions of such sickness.
Through the art of sacred geometry, we will find the solution, and this I give you my word. Perhaps we will speak more in private.
Indeed. Are the accommodations here at this lodge appropriate to everyone here in your party?
Micah speaks up and says, "My companions and I are accustomed to trials and tribulations in the pursuit of purpose, and we will endure. Worry not." With that said, I came with gifts for you as well, Zorion. I am promised a tremere, and I want to make sure that your gesture, your sharing, is rewarded. Honey, bring me the box. And Honey scampers off and comes back with a chest. And she sort of grovels at your feet, placing the chest before you.
Please, this show is unnecessary. Stand, my dear.
She nods and gazes up at Zorion's dreamy eyes and just looks immensely thankful, but then scampers away.
Zorion will reach down and take the small chest. How big are we talking?
The chest it's very ornate, and the contents of it probably only go up about maybe 10 inches in terms of space, but it's very wide. It's a very odd-shaped thing, and very pretty. Clearly came from maybe out as far as the Middle East, perhaps even further beyond. You can't quite place its origin, but it does look very beautiful.
Is it something that would make sense to hold in your hands, or would it be more awkward and perhaps be better off on the floor or on a table?
On a table is probably most appropriate.
Rather than bending down to pick up the chest, Zorion will use a bit of shadow play to move the chest up to where he can take it, and then he will walk over to a table in this lodge and place it down.
You head over to the table and you can feel some of the weight kind of shifting inside. Whatever's there is pretty sturdy and doesn't move very much as you shift. And you set it down, and Micah seems very content to simply watch you with it.
This is very generous, Micah. Thank you. And he will open the chest.
Inside, you find 5 tomes. Some of them, perhaps not tomes, but like small books. But at least one of them is a full-on tome. The names are written in Latin. Very easily you're able to piece together the names. The first of which is a sort of pieced together codex, almost like someone's journal, kind of really put together like a bunch of thoughts. And it is titled The Ritual of the Sundered Soul. The next, On Hunger and Its Satisfaction, Volumes 1 and 2. So that's 3 there. And the fourth you see is wrapped in rosaries. There are flowers with it. You have to kind of part silk to really kind of get access to it. And it is titled The Code of Samael.
And the fifth?
The fifth is titled The Book of the Sun. But in this one case, the book seems a little delicate, maybe cut in some ways. There's something wrong with this book.
Zorion runs his left hand gently over the books. Does he have any knowledge of what he's looking at here?
Give me an academics roll. Difficulty 7.
I don't suppose either deductive or tactics, tactics being my academic spec, would help in this situation.
I'll allow for deductive.
A wash.
You look through, and one thing is kind of clear is that a lot of your knowledge pertains to texts written, meant to be read by mortals and of the mortal world. These are not meant for men.
This is a very generous gift. How can I ever repay you for this?
A conversation we will have. And they sort of walk over and brush fingers over the top of the Book of the Sun. And when they do, sort of the leather binding kind of comes. You kind of realize that the book itself and its bindings are not like secured to each other. And upon the pages, the book has a different title. The book is titled in Arabic. Just be careful. You recognize its title to be Al-Azif.
Zorion kind of shivers and locks eyes with Micah. I was told none of the Arabic translations of this book survived.
It would turn out that God is not so merciful.
Zorion kind of realizes that he is staring and composes himself and gently shuts the case of books. My friends, whenever it is that you would like to discuss business or meet with her lady, I can make sure that we arrange that. Tonight is a bit busy, but I will endeavor to make accommodations for any of you.
If you would, might we have the evening to rest, and then perhaps within the next 3 nights, your court would meet with us?
I am your humble servant. And, might I say, to Sir Lawrence and Generis of the Toreador, it is been quite the honor to travel with the fruits of your tutelage. Your bloodlines have done nothing but honor themselves, in my estimation.
The man speaks up, one who you can presume is Sir Lawrence, and he says, a great compliment considering its source. Thank you.
I do not know if when you wish to see Roland, but he is currently conducting business in the forests here. I do not know when he will return, but I will. May I inform him of your arrival?
Please. Thank you.
And, Generis, your progeny is at the tower. Would you like me to have them informed as well?
I would be grateful, thank you.
This will be done. Then I will leave you to your rest. Please, feel free to conduct yourselves within our lands as you see fit, but know that we are, as of yet, a humble domain, with but 5 villages already beset by many tribulations. I do not wish to add much more to their plight until this land is once again prosperous.
They rise and Micah raises their goblet and says, and to the charity of the dragon and their black lion.
He winces a little bit at the last bit.
And they give like a little toast.
I will take my leave. Micah, whenever you wish to discuss more of these wonderful gifts and the Tremere that I have as a guest within my caravan.
I look forward to it.
As do I. Zorion will kind of gently pick up the chest and will make his way out of the lodge to return to the men-at-arms and to ride back to the tower. Actually, not ride back. He just walked here. He's had enough of horses for the time being.
Roland. Your companions seem knowledgeable enough about survival and specifically preserving Canaanites through long and difficult journeys. There comes a point when Dario actually offers to be fed from should you need it.
Appreciate the offer. And should emergency call, fine, but I will decline for now.
I don't mean any disrespect, but if emergency comes, you cannot feed from me. We'll be fighting.
Which is why you should preserve your blood within yourselves.
Besides, and he sort of like half smirks, like I don't believe it, but I'm giving a humorous wave and waves his hand and goes,
Who knows what tricks your Domitor has put inside your blood? He seems quite willing to blood bond others. I'm not willing to risk it.
I am no master on the nature of Canaanites, but I don't think that's how that works.
Well, I don't either, but preserve your vitae for yourself. I am not starving. We'll need, I believe, all of us in peak condition for this, no? After all, this is not my story, it is yours.
Yes, he seems a little disappointed. it turns out being fed from his fun. And
Sorry, I'm being too practical for the moment.
Ambrose sternly sends him to collect firewood, and he does not go out of sight ever, but kind of wanders that area, kind of collecting what you guys might need to have a fire, but perhaps more importantly, set up shelter. They dig out a space. It is expected you will lay in it. They're going to essentially cover you in dirt, branches, and even lay down shields.
Roland, sadly no stranger to sleeping on the road, in spite of not being a gangrel, keeps his armor on and his helmet, and has some canvas tucked behind his shield to wrap himself in before he is buried. As a, this is not going to protect me long term, but every little bit helps kind of deal.
Whatever way I can support the three of you, you let me know. You are traveling companions. You are brothers in arms. I wish to help, not to get in your way.
They kind of give a nod. Ambrose says, at this time, the greatest threat we face is the wandering mind. Let us keep together, stay focused, and enjoy the fresh air and the opportunity that stands before us. I haven't often gone on adventures such as this. Much of my time as a knight was spent soldiering. So this is nice.
There is a quietly wistful look that Roland can't keep off his face that is in total agreement with Diego. Roland has also never really gone on adventures like this, and he can't keep up the facade and admit to that, but he also can't keep the satisfaction off his face that he is here doing this.
Dario speaks up. I hope we find this creature, and I slit its throat with this. He kind of takes out this hunk of cold iron and twirls it between his fingers, and both of his companions just kind of shake their heads at how clearly bloodthirsty this man is. And Ambrose kind of cuts that annoying awkwardness that Dario seems to be intentionally causing. And he starts to sing a song. And you recognize the tale he is singing.
Is it Le Chanson de Roland?
It is.
In Roland and Saïv's travels, there is often music, but it usually comes from Saïv. Roland's not a talented singer, cannot play the guitar, cannot really do instruments.
And be advised, aside from Ambrose, Diego and Dario cannot sing.
Yeah.
What they are doing is wrong.
I was going to say, because Roland actually knows the words to this one quite well, he picks up with a sort of mumbling singing, like occasionally putting in the pronunciation of some of the words. And I don't know how empathetic any of these three are, but the way that he sings them, it is like someone singing a song that he has heard many times, not someone reliving memories.
If they notice, they don't seem to address it. And eventually, dawn comes, and you find your rest. And it is a restless, cold, death-like sleep. And suddenly, you're jerked awake, and it is nighttime again. Dario is over you, and he puts up his index finger to his lips, hushing you. Make ready. Something was singing and has drawn Diego into the woods. We have to find him.
Roland rises to his feet immediately, unnaturally, and shakes the earth off of himself, grasping for his sword that has been in his hands and reaching out for his shield. And before I say anything, I also look for Ambrose.
When you go looking for Ambrose is shoving armor at you, and with very practiced skill is going to help you put your armor on.
That reassures Roland, who for a moment, Roland may not have been on adventures like this, but he is raised on a diet of tales of knights venturing into the woods to go fight the creatures that ensnare the minds of men and the unvirtuous. And the two of them being here reassures him that Dario himself is not a trick of the mind trying to pull him alone into the woods. And will quickly put on the rest of his armor and hold his sword and shield, and then finally speak and go.
Is either of you a tracker? Can you follow?
Dario chuckles. So long as the man has lived, I can find him.
Then quickly.
Path of Night, War of Ages is an actual play Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages podcast set in the world of darkness. Alexios is played by Tim Davis. Catrinel is played by Rebecca Steigelfest. Roland Roncevaux is played by Rob Muirhead. Saïv is played by Erika Webb. Zorion de Iruña is played by Garrett Gabbey. Your storyteller is Lex Lopez. The music used in this episode was Don't Look Back by DaniHaDani and Maya Belsitzman. Path of Night uses the 20th anniversary edition of Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages with a few limited house rules. Vampire the Masquerade and the World of Darkness are owned by White Wolf and Paradox Interactive. Be sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you find your podcast. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@pathofnight. You can help support the show at ko-fi.com/pathofnight. Look for us on social media at Path of Night Podcast, or email us at pathofnightpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time, K-Knights.
Also, to be clear, I want to epic hero him.
I know. I'm not suggesting
it. Trade you for this thing. We got the kids. Cool. Fuck you. We're out of here. Goodbye, bitch. Like
Classic Garrett Gabbey.
Classic Garrett.
a classic Garrett Gabbey double cross.
Can't discount that too. Like if we don't allow for the occasional Garrett Gabbey double cross.
Is his name really Garrett Gabbey?
Well, then we get the Garrett Gabbey triple cross.
I was gonna say, let's make it so that it's pointed at the bad guy this time.
Yeah.
And not at us.
When have I ever double crossed you?
I did realize, by the
Never
way,
once.
all this is over and we get
Never.
to be chill, I'm dread gazing the fuck out of you. I feel like that's the fair.
All right, I'm
You're being a
gonna
petulant bitch.
Yeah, I know.
I'm turning this off.